relates, man. I appreciate it. So let's talk about it, man. Fake femininity versus real femininity. And I'm gonna say this, man. A lot of people get femininity confused. Like they don't really know what that is, right? And you have some young ladies out there that want to be feminine. You have some young ladies out there that try to disguise and think or want you to believe that they are feminine, but they are not. Understand this, man. A feminine young lady, first and foremost, is going to take care of herself. That is not going to be a job. It's not going to be a stretch. It is just who she is. It's a part of who. It's a part of who she is. It's not a job. All right. It's just like waking up in the morning and breathing. It's like I have to do this because that's just a part of me. Like I keep myself up, not for anybody else, but for myself. I've been doing this for years and years and years. I've been doing this. I love when I step out and I look nice and I got myself, put together or whatever. Feminine women move differently, completely differently from these modern day women or these modern day chicks. Understand that first and foremost, all right? It is not hard to see or know if that young lady is feminine or not. You're with somebody for, let's just say, 8 hours, and you see them the next day. How do they look after that long day that you guys been? Do they still look well put together? Like, it's this young lady. It's this young lady that I know. She's a preacher's wife. And when I tell you this young lady is always well put together, no matter, listen, oh my goodness, she came there, she was talking, she was like, Katie, when I tell you I am exhausted, I am so tired, like we were up all night, cleaning, doing this, that, and the third. And I was like, I can't tell. When I tell you there was not a hair or anything, natural, completely natural. Don't do the wigs, the weave, or nothing like that. Completely natural. No makeup, none of that. She did have like her little stuff on her eyes or whatever, but it was no makeup, like the little eyelashes, whatever you call those things. They weren't the long mini blonde ones. They were just, or they might even be hers. I don't know. But always well put together, even after a long day. She's extremely tired or whatever. But when she steps out, she understands that she's not only a representation of herself, but she's a representation of her man. It's a beautiful, it's intoxicating, man, to see women in their element. Understand that, man. It is, woo, man. Listen, it is a beautiful freaking thing. And understand this: real femininity, real feminine women. I don't want to say real feminine women, but real femininity versus the fake. Fake things wear off over time because it's not real. It is not real. It's an illusion. They're trying to sell a product. They're doing it because they're trying to get something. They're trying to get to somewhere. And once they get to whatever that place is that they feel like they need to get to, wigs come off, makeup, eyelashes, the clown makeup, all of that stuff just comes off. The fake BBLs, all of that stuff, man. And I'm gonna tell you right mother loving now. Women, though, that real feminine energy, that intoxicating thing that every man would love to to have, because we understand that it not only compliments them, but it compliments us as well. Just to be around that. That is something to brag on until the day that, whatever. I ain't even gonna say you leave this earth, but you can brag on that something each and every day. Every time. The fact that you can say that, listen, every time I step out of the house, every time my woman, my wife, my girlfriend, whatever, steps out the house, she is well put together. She understands that. Like, that's nothing that we have to go back and forth with about. She ain't out here walking on the back of her house shoes. She ain't out here, looking like one of these doggone bust downs, like all the rest of these other modern day chicks that don't understand the importance of at least looking presentable when you step outside the house. She understands that. All right? That is a part of who you are. The people that technically, if you take it back in time, that are supposed to be rough around the edges are men, because we leave out each and every day. Technically, we're supposed to be the ones. Come on, fam. That are working, providing, and all the rest of this other stuff. A young lady's job. Not bad. Not a young. What a young lady is supposed to be, for not the job, but what a young lady is supposed to be is soft, patient, like embracing those things, and always easy on the eyes. Listen, that's not saying that you have to be a 10. You don't have to be a 10. You don't have to be an 8. You don't have to be a 6, a 5. As long as every time you step out the house, you are looking your best or close to your best. I know that every day that I step out, my hair is going to be done. Every day that I step out, I'm going to look nice. I don't want to say the other word. I'm going to say it. Not slutty. There's a way to look sexy without looking slutty. All right? I'm not talking about, walking out the house with your boobs out, with your butt out. No, none of that, man. None of that. We really got to get into what femininity is. Again, not looking like these bust down with these long nails, with these long eyelashes, with nails missing, that chipped nail polish. That gives off dirty butt vibes. And when I tell you, it irks my freaking nerve. Like, you're not my woman. I understand that. But it irks me because most of the women that's out here like that, most of them, not all of them, you got some chicks out here that's going against the grain. But it irks my nerve to see a single young lady carrying herself like that, and she wonder why she continues to attract the type of men that she's attracting. Like, listen, the reason why we have these conversations is not to bash anybody, to bring everything to the light, to get them to understand that, listen, if you want to attract a certain type of man, then it's a certain way that you need to move. If you are comfortable with attracting a weak man, a guy that you can run over, that you can control, and all the rest of this other, cool. You do what you want to do, when you want to do it, how you want to do it, and you be happy, and you be satisfied. And I don't want to hear anything about settling for the guys that you are attracting. But if you want to do better, then now you know better. It's a certain type of energy that you need to give off. And this is not a change that's going to happen overnight. It is a process that's going to take time. It's going to take time. All right? Real change takes time. So let's just say, for instance, right now you're in your masculine, but you want to be feminine. You want to be in your feminine. You got to change. Have to change, or be content, be happy, be satisfied with the type of men that you are attracting, or the guy that you are with right now, whatever that guy looks like. I know so many women right now that believe that they can stick and stay in their masculine, and they're going to attract a masculine man. A masculine man on his purpose. A masculine man that understands, you know, how it is that he should be moving. And it's going to be a lot of women that are going to want to go back and forth with this message. And I respect it. I respect it. I'm just speaking from what I see in most cases. And in order for you to have better opportunities, better choices, and ultimately better outcomes, something has to change. You have to change. If you want to continue to run in the Victim Olympics, you want to continue to attract those weak-minded men, which a lot of y'all young ladies do. You want to be out here looking like a bust down and trying to find any and every reason to condone this bad behavior. Go ahead, man. Go ahead. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna go back and forth. I'm not gonna fuss. I'm not gonna fight, because I'm not in the convincing business in any way, shape, form, or fashion. You know what I mean? I'll just put this type of content out here so we can hopefully talk about it. Let's see where y'all doggone heads are at. And if you believe that your way is going to work, by all means, stick with it. But if you are one of those young ladies that may be on the fence, and you know you're having questions about, you know, why am I not attracting the right type of man? You know, maybe he's right. Maybe I need to do some work on myself. Maybe it could be the reason why I continue to attract those people is because I'm not the person that I should be. That soft, feminine, inspirational, beautiful woman that I should be. Good. Google it, boy. Listen, man. Woo! Hamburger. I'm gonna tell you guys, there is nothing like it. Fellas, there is absolutely nothing like a feminine young lady that knows, you know, how it is that she should be moving. Ain't nothing like it. There is absolutely, positively nothing like having that on your arm. Nothing like having that when you come home. There is nothing like having that, like when you're at work, bro. You're going to be at work. You might be at the gym or whatever. And I promise you, there are going to be times like, yo, bro, just thinking about my girl just makes me want to go even harder. Makes me want to work harder. Makes me want to lift more. Makes me want to make sure that I'm keeping myself up. You know what I'm saying? So when I get home, when I get back, she got something to look at. She got something to hold on to. She got a man that's taking care of himself, doing the things that man. Let me tell you something. We might have a podcast about this, dog. We're gonna have a whole podcast about femininity and masculinity. I want to honestly have a whole podcast about femininity and masculinity and what that honestly entails. You know what I mean? And just let me go off. And if anybody wants to interject, then, you know, feel free to. Just open up the doggone panel and just let me rock. Let me flow, man. Let me flow. Again, I'm not a fan of the weave and the makeup. The weave, the makeup, and definitely like not anything that, you know, you can just change about yourself like overnight. I'm all about a process. What process did you go to get to this? I'm not talking about a couple of hours, couple of minutes, couple of hours. That all of that stuff is fake to me. All of that stuff is completely fake to me. The stuff that is real, all the things that are real, it takes weeks, months, sometimes years to get to. That's real change. All right. So if you want your hair to be a certain length, it's going to take weeks. You know what I'm saying? Maybe months, maybe even years to get to that. But the fact that you're willing to stick in there and go through that doggone process, I have so much respect for. And the makeup thing, you know, a lot of people want like flawless skin. If you're willing to stick in there and, you know, whatever, man, go through a process to clear your skin up, I respect that a lot more. And I'm gonna be honest with you, when it comes to the nails, like the fake nail, I don't necessarily trip over the fake nail situation, as long as it's nothing crazy, as long as they not going overboard. For those of you that don't know, as long as you're not going overboard with that thing, I am cool with that, fam. Do you? As long as they not, again, extremely long, you can do the nail situation. That's it. That's about it, in my eyes. But y'all let me know, what do you guys think down in the comments, man? Real femininity versus fake femininity. Hold on, before I get out, I also want to say this. Guys, don't be fooled by those young ladies that try to come with that fake femininity. Like I was saying earlier, that thing will wear off. And the way that you find out if a young lady is feminine or masculine, there's no in between. All right, the way that you feel like if she's mostly masculine or mostly feminine, and the truth behind that thing is, just pay attention to her on the daily. All right, pay attention to that young lady on the daily. How does she behave? You know, how is her interactions when it comes to men? How's her interaction when it comes to people? How does she interact with you when she feels like she's been disrespected or she hasn't been heard? Because a soft woman is going to remain a soft woman. She can still get her point across without being masculine and being hard. Understand that. You can still get your point across without yelling, screaming, and over talking people. All right? And a feminine woman understands, like, listen, if we can have the conversation, we're going to have the conversation. If we can't, then I'm going to respect it and I'm going to move on. You know what I mean? Especially if she's speaking to a guy or a person that, you know, they're not involved with. Like, listen, you know, at the end of the day, if you're not hearing me, I'm cool with that. It's just a conversation. It's just a conversation. Like, I don't have to lay down with you at night, you know what I'm saying? Like, but if she is speaking to somebody that she is involved with, I'm gonna say this, a smart feminine woman, she already understands before I get into the situation, this person has to have those basic communication skills where they understand, like, you know, it's a conversation. It's happening between two people. Basic communication, this thing is cutting off, man. Basic communication between two adults. We can sit down, we can have the conversation, you know what I'm saying? We can go back and forth. As a man, I understand that, you know, still no need to scream, to yell, to overtalk. As a masculine man that is comfortable in his masculinity, I have no reason to yell, I have no reason to scream. I can get my point across without acting like a child. Same thing goes for a young lady. I can get my point across without being over emotional, crying, you know what I mean? Yelling, screaming, being in my masculine. Don't have to do that. And two grown adults, a man and a woman, someone that's in their masculine, someone that's in their feminine, they understand that. All right. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video right here, man, for this thing cut off again. Y'all be blessed. Y'all be beautiful. And I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.